could have been recording all day. Every time I press pause, every time I say, they don't need to know that, I'm not going to record that. It's personal. I end up saying things that if I was them, I would want to know. The nickname neuralization from Men in Black, the name I created, Vibe is a subject I can't dance around anymore. No matter what I do, they are not going to sit quietly and let me pretend it's not going on. They're going to keep attacking me, reminding me that there are those who have disability. And like people with a gun, some people are out there playing around shooting this shit for fun. I just told everyone the experiment we ran in Central California. Out of dozens of experiments we ran in the lab. The lab are the valleys of California, each and every one of them. And in end game, the valleys of this country. Why valleys? That's on a need to know basis. And guess what? Yeah, that part. Back to the point that psychic powers are real, not just television, not just some old YouTube video from the 60s. The reason that there are no new ones is corporate. I just caught that. Fucking bugs are biting me. It ain't no accident. And okay, that's alright. They can come out and let out insects. Something worse than them ever to their children. That's the way karma works. So, machinery, psychic abilities or whatever, they're going to be good psychic abilities, positive stuff. Psychic doctors mending bones and doing psychic surgery. And then there's going to be psychic criminals, psychic terrorists. There's a particular ability that I can't see any constructive use for. It is the source of mischief and the fashion of the sick minds who came up with pranks. You want to talk about pranking? What is that? Recreation? Fun? It is a mental illness passed on to you from you don't know where. Let me show you how it was introduced. A man coming down the stairs steps in a mop bucket or steps on a skate and comes tumbling down the stairs and busts his ass. Ha 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 ha. The birth of physical comedy. And you've been laughing at people getting maimed, blowed up, burnt up. Things that if they happened in true life, someone would be dead or crying. You have been trained and taught to laugh at bad things happening to people. That's just called your sense of humor. So people with psychic powers who have mental illnesses are dangerous, who have this crazy thing in their head about torturing someone is some sort of fun game. Yeah, I hear it. No, I'm not. No censorship. Because just that thought right there, please, please, please. I've been saying please, please, please for the longest. Stay up out my head. Quit fucking with my mind. What the hell is that? A Jedi mind trick? Is it a gadget? What is this? Why do I object to it? It causes short-term memory loss, sometimes permanent memory loss. In the you feel like not like you losing your memory, right in the middle of thinking, something reached in and grabbed your fucking thought from behind and snatched it, and now you cannot even remember what you were thinking. People walk around there thinking they're scared to say something because they're scared they're going to say they have Alzheimer's. When it's really someone effing with their mind. It's so well developed now that from this side you can't say anything because you'll be snitching. And in this twisted world that's licensed to kill you, you're a traitor. And you can't say nothing from the other side because they're going to say you're crazy. Double protection from exposure. So, this isn't a racial thing. I'm not quite sure about racial things. See, over here, it's like, okay, these hemophiliac, weak-framed bleeders with real messed up DNA and bad genetic reproductive systems had to have a compensator like a porcupine or a turtle in order to survive in the world. So if you have a physical shortcoming, you're given a mental compensator. If you have a leg problem, you're giving arm compensators, and vice versa. So, when you have nothing but a mind, and it don't have no information in it, this is an adaptation, a mutation. You mutate no matter, we're designed to no matter what environment you drop us in, we will physically mutate to meet that environment. And no one is like making sure that every resident of the world knows these basic facts. They only want them to buy what they're selling. For better or worse. It's become that numb. There's only one choice, and all choices it's right. Wrong. Because there's no such thing as right and wrong. That's in the eye of the beholder. The only choice in choosing is both. It is the only sound, sane choice. I don't care how many times you ponder this, you're going to come back to that same conclusion that the best place to be in all things is in the middle. And they got some reverse psychology going on about stay out the way, stay out the middle of things. But it's calm in the eye of a storm. It's the safest place you could be. And when you're standing in the middle of a seesaw, you have balance or scale. And what I mean by middle is you're neither mean nor nice. So you're not the nice guy finishing last and getting taken care of, but you're not the ogre either, or the monster. You're in the middle where you can go either way when you need to. There's only one place and position to be in this world. And that's where you are always. These terms of calling it up and calling it down are all concepts of mind and imagination that don't exist. So if you're going to say somewhere, say you're here, and where it's here, I'm the center of the universe. I'm the middle of everything. I'm the connection between all that is. Everything goes through me. Now, nuts, especially religious nuts, that I'm trying to cure because that's a mental illness, going to be stuck. Because they're stuck behind sentences out of the Bible. Just been reconstructed, tempered. It ain't even what they think it is. They know what it was supposed to be, and they keep thinking that's what it is. And so they're just misled. So misled. You could straighten them out with words, because it was words that messed them up. They didn't give them no proof. They didn't draw any guns on them. They used words to twist them all up. And you can untwist them with words. You want to see it one time, how it looks? All right, I'll show you how it looks. It is easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. What does that mean? Oh, you waiting on me to answer? Okay. Here's what it means. Now, you count the pastors, the priests, the preachers, or whatever, right? That if you pose this question without them hearing this tape, they are going to give you a completely different answer that they've always been. A rich man can't go into heaven. You know? The riches all through the Bible was bad and wrong. And you poor is good. It's okay you're poor. You're humble. And the rich people living it up, balling and having all the fun, they're bad. Here's what that says. It don't tell you that being rich is not good and that it is more nobler or holier to be poor. That is not what that says. You know what that says? It says you can't take it with you. There are no rich people in heaven because you can't take it with you. That's why a rich man can't get into heaven. Because you can't take it with you. Did they tell you that? Or did they use it as some social tool in which all the conspiracy theories and other religions all turn around and say that's what it is? Some political tool to manipulate society to be good little boys and girls. Why they do every wicked perversion in the world to their ass and get them to turn the other butt cheek. So, like I said, you can straighten them out with words, because it was nothing but words that confused them. It's not their fault. They came in a blank slate baby. The information that was force-fed to them without their consent or anything was too great by the time they became a free-thinking, free-willed individual. They just went with it. It was all they know. So, don't even dream it, cat. Keep going. I know you think there's a golden opportunity. I've been trying to get in that garage for the longest. I can't believe the door is open. So, you know this is real. That's what I meant to say in the last note about editing this thing and not editing it. I decided to leave everything in, let it roll, and take out things that shouldn't be in there. I keep forgetting this and be on a sensitive subject and don't want to push start because the world don't need to know that. And I could cut it out later. I'm not playing with you, cat. I am tired of creatures sneaking. It implies that you think that you're smarter than me or that you can outsmart me. Or you're doing something beyond my awareness. You're going to get hurt. Hey, I see you, possum. Hey, you little possum, I see you. You're too big to even be called a cat. You're like big as a dog. What are you, a little dog? Anyway, I'm getting way off the track, y'all, but it was like weird. I looked up, I see the cat go by, right? I know that cat. And then I thought the cat was trying to creep back, like it's like soon as he's not looking, I'm gonna creep up and do womp womp womp. And so I see the cat, and I'll let the cat know you're not slick, all right? But it's another creature, way more buff, more built than the cat. You know, one of those like, if it was a cat, it's like they're not scared of people. They think they can take them. That big, or a small dog, which feels the same way. All this is verification that this is someone sitting there writing things to play mind games with you. These are the thoughts that occurred as they occurred. They have a randomness to them, but they have a cohesiveness. Stay in the middle. Stay centered. You want to know how you can see, here's what I'm saying. When you drop bombs on people, they're not trying to share and help you anymore. So, there's things that were revealed to this country from the East that got cut off later. I happened to catch them years after they were revealed, but decades before they were cut off. And some of them are Chinese health secrets. One of them is called centering. For you old fans, it will remind you of how we used to make the Batman mask with our hands. Do you know how to make the upside down mask with your hands? This is similar. I don't know where I developed a stutter. I have never stuttered in my life. And oh, I know. It's a certain rap style. I can't do him nor me like that. So let's move on. Centering is simply done by plugging up, by what I told you in that other video, but there was a missing piece in the other video. Okay, you're gonna know what it is now if you've seen the other video. And those who didn't bother to watch this video, the other video is not gonna do them full benefit or good. When I told them if they had a problem with all these people and they want peace of mind, just close their eyes and plug up their ears and they'll all disappear. Sounds like some great cool stuff and they're doing it. It won't center them, but they'll feel the beginning of it, like, hey, centering is this. You plug both your ears and you plug all your holes, which means you close your mouth, plug up both nostrils with your fingers, plug up both ears with your fingers, and take a couple of your fingers and press your eyelids down. Now, because this is a black video, you can't see how to do this. So you have to rewind and see that there's only one way you can put fingers on all those things. That's why I brought up the Batman mask. You get it? There's only one way you could put fingers in your nose and your ears and your eyes at the same time. Now, when you do this, your mind, your balance, your soul and spirit is going to recognize itself in its position, which is always here. You're not going to be leaning to the left or right, forward or backwards or nothing. It's not going to be one eye above the other, one ear, none of that. You're going to feel it. And with the other technique I'm going to give you, you're going to be able to straighten it out. Centering, when we first began, straightens you out automatically. Just by you feeling that something isn't right, your mind starts straightening you out automatically if you don't interfere. All you do is let it know that it was wrong. It's your eyes are sending it the wrong picture, or something is not right, because when you closed your eyes and plugged up your ears and stopped breathing, center was over here, and you could feel a lot of things that wasn't acting like it. In other words, your core spine from the top of your head down through your head, down your neck, through your center of your body, all down your little pee-pee. Let's stick that in for the men who think that these women are tripping, listen to these notes, and don't want to give another man credit. Let's put them on the barbie. You will respect me. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. You say you're a man. What is that? You don't know. You don't have an answer. You don't have a definition. what you live by. Ask any woman, how much do you know about it? Almost next to nothing. How you gonna be a lover, a real man, or the difference between a man and a woman, you know, right, is he has a penis. If you know nothing about a penis, you know nothing about being a man. You might as well be a woman. So let's get educational. Let's switch subjects. There was no subject anyway. Excuse the I have to tell you that because you must frown on that. Please let them know in the comment box. Yeah, it was cool, but you need to really cut that and that other crap out. It's irritating. Yep, that's exactly what I'm getting ready to tell them. You've been listening to the mental notes. So, you want to bust a nut, as they say. Behind that penis is that feeling. You're not trying to have children. Don't lie about it. You're trying to get that feeling. Same reason people use drugs and do a lot of stuff. They're not eating to get full or for nutrition. They like the effect it has when it touches their tongue. How it tastes. So you're having sex for the feel. Woo whiz. I beat it up. I tore it up. I must have came 3 times. When you came 3 times, what did you do 3 times? Do you even know? How about this? Where does semen come, mistakenly called nut, come from? Do you think it magically, then your nuts are a magic cum machine that it manufactures cum because you see it swell up, or you don't even pay attention to that part? You ain't even thought it far enough to even think that by mistake. You ain't even thought about where it comes from, how it works. But you're a man though, right? You're a pimp, a player. Boss hog. The man, the boss. There's a little boy that knows nothing. I don't care what your age group is. It's maturity that decides whether you're a man or a boy. Not in years you've been on the planet. It decides whether you're an adult or childish. And childish is there's no such thing. Did you see that? Jump back and get that pack. Definitely. If you want to know what would make me happy. That. Moving on. That vehicle was to compensate for his little PP and the fact that he don't know how to use it. It's all the big cars and vehicles, toys. They told you that already, even in the movies. So, let's get down to it. How does it work? Go ask the doctor. How does it work? Who do you think I'm talking to? The doctor is a man. Go ask him. He ain't gonna be able to tell you nothing that you didn't accidentally see in a book. See, he read the same books that were written for him. He doesn't know what I'm about to tell you. Ask him, where does semen come from? Where is semen and how is semen manufactured? All the clues are there. We told them years ago. They had with their mimic reverse engineering, but they had to write it down somewhere. I just haven't seen it. But don't think that they that smart that they discovered this. If you see this, they got it from us. You know why your penis gets hard when you see a girl, when you perceive a girl, when you think about girls in your head, even if you don't see them? Because it's tied to your brain. Not wirelessly. It is wired straight to your brain. Your dick is wired straight to your brain. You know what the wire is called? Your spinal cord. You know, at both ends, your spinal cord is like the streets in your city. The same street is called something else down the road. Same street. Well, down at the end of your spinal cord, it's called a dick. Whoa. Yeah, your dick is the end of your spinal cord. And cum is manufactured in the brain. And it comes down the spine like a water fountain. The reason that it gushes out with force like that. We brought this knowledge. And if it wasn't for, I think that if it wasn't for Doc York, I don't think I would have learned this. I've learned from so many places, so many things. It's not that I don't be trying to give him credit. I almost don't remember where they put the credit because it's all blended together. I make no distinctions between them, and I don't put anyone's head above mine. There's no one I look up to. But I give credit, such as I've had the greatest teachers that have ever been. So when you look and you see me, you see their work, dead or alive. Don't just see me. When you look at my kids, I want you to see me. When you look at me, I want you to see all the people who went into me, all the people who lived and died and carried the baton as far as they could carry it. That is in my hand. I'm not on an ego trip. I got more credit and attention than I want. It really makes fame look unwanted before you get there when you're me. If I'm already going through all these things and I'm not even famous yet, I already know they're telling the truth. We thought it would be a dream, but it's a nightmare. But it's a job to me. So I'm not going in blind like them with stars in my eyes. I'm going in knowing it's hard work. And I'm coming under fire. Titty slips. I'm coming in and kill all the critics. My predecessors trained me well too, by their failures. By their distractions and diversions and the magic beans they took for the cow. Now we got a giant problem. So I've learned I'm not even the person I was when I started making this tape. If you could hear 2 tapes in a row, you would hear the evolution. Some of these thoughts have never been thought before, not even by me before I said it. It's like we're driving down a road together for the first time. People have took many routes to this destination. No one's ever thought about it like this. They never came at it from this angle. Let's see what it looks like from this direction. That's what we're doing. All possible scenarios for everything that could happen. The truth is in there somewhere. We're gonna get it. Sort of like we used to say in the hood, I know how to get the guilty party. I'm gonna get all of them. May not be right, but it works. And right and wrong is in the eye of the beholder, I told you. You won't never be able to enforce right and wrong on the planet. Because it's like, it's wrong to kill. Not if they killed my mother. It's justice. It's demanded of me. It's required. It's expected. So that's a long, or none of those words sound like wrong. It's perspective. Good and bad don't change. Right and wrong change from person to person. You mean they're not the same thing? No, they are not. Right and wrong, I just showed you. Depends on the person and what they think is right and wrong, based on what has happened to them and their experiences. Good and bad is the things that you want to happen and happen to you, and the things you don't want to happen or happen to you. Wow. They should have taught everyone that in kindergarten. What happened? That people live from kindergarten to senior citizen and die and never know what good and bad is. But I'm a madman. No one's going to sit there and no one wants to sit there and listen to him talk. Off with his head. Anyone who says these words is a threat to your life, well-being, and them damn self. All he's doing is just making more problems for everyone. I've been knowing that. He's telling y'all what we all already know. Y'all don't know. What good is any of that stuff gonna do you? It ain't gonna put no food on your table, no money in your pocket. Wrong. Reminds me of another thing I said today. And this is of a personal nature. I don't know if I'm an editor or not, but I'm sure finna put it in here. I woke up furious, ready to destroy the world. Because time after again, people keep disrespecting me, trying to treat me like less than what I am. Trying to treat me like I'm less intelligent than I am, less capable, less of a man, less everything. Based on hearsay and these things that I spoke on in the last note about why I think out loud why I made the mental notes. Okay? They assume that I am beneath them because I have no possessions. They assume that they're smarter than me, more capable than me. They don't even know me. They know not my educational background, my achievements, my experience, nor my travels and our adventures. I've had more adventures than Forrest Gump and had my hands. I've been in the right place at the right time so many times. It's 6 different movies. They don't know me. So here's my problem. I got people who know I'm right, who want to help, but they're so hypnotized, screwed up, they don't know what that entails and what that is. And in their effort to try to help me, like a drowning person that you're trying to help, they're in their panic, they can drown you too. Well, these people went to help me and didn't ask any questions. They assumed I was a homeless man who has never done nothing because they can't find any record of me. Which is crazy because they know I've existed. I had to be somewhere doing something. I was under the radar is where I was. So I know they couldn't know. And I popped out from under the radar, did great things, and went back under. And they keep doing things. Like setting up business and sending business people near me. Brainstorming my ideas that they're not even supposed to be aware of. Like I need their little 10% brain meditating on my creations. Because someone assumed I didn't know anything about business. I never had a business. I never this. I'm going to need this person. I'm going to need that. Now see, they're trying to help me. I mean, they're spending their money, time, and effort to facilitate what I need. How am I going to get mad? That would be disrespectful and ungrateful. But so you see my position. I'm the one that taught you guys and them how all money is made in this world. You remember? They didn't know. And everybody want to act like they always knew. You sell someone something to see, something to hear, something to smell, something to taste, or something to touch. That's how all money is made. That's the whole game. 5 senses are catered to, which is only 1 sense. So they can lie and say, oh, we already knew that. But did they know there was no such thing as 5 senses? Now they look stupid. They just said all money is made catering to the 5 senses, and we knew that. And then I come behind them and tell them there is no such thing as 5 senses. There is only one. The sense of touch, contact, awareness through contact. So I'll remind you right here, so when they try their tricks, you can get them. In order to see, light must touch your eyes. In order to hear, vibrations must touch your inner ear, nose, or throat. In order to smell, it's the same way. Gases must touch your inner nose. In order to taste, something must touch your tongue. In order to what you call feel, something must touch you. So you only have the sense of touch. It just has 5 hands, 5 ways to touch things. It's more than 5. But it's one action. Everything's always one. So much for Grandpa saying he already knew that. There's nothing he's going to say that I didn't already know. Play this tape for him. And by the time you get here, he will already set himself up where from now on, he'll be more open-minded. So, part 2 to the note before that no one's expecting. Psychic powers are going to be categorized since they've been confirmed. In other words, my notes alone created a situation where everything got to be declassified because the new people going in are going in looking all through the damn White House for secret doors. They want to know everything that they wanted to know before they got up in there. So there's a lot of declassification. This is going to be the administration of declassification. Watch. And so psychic power is going to be categorized as constructive or destructive. Destructive ones, those are the ones I want to talk about, the steps that are going to be taken against those people. Because they're going to resist, it's going to be worse than long, if you lived long ago and you were a witch. They forget the X-Men movie where mutants had to register. And then they realized they were a threat. Now they want to put them in concentration camps. No creature, no sentient creature, no competent creature is going to allow that. So there's a fight. Usually one party starts it and one party. It's really a war of wills, like I labeled it in my work. One person wants this, and there's a body of people who resist that. They're called the resistance. All right? Freedom fighters. Why are they called freedom fighters? Because these people are trying to impose their will on you. And these people are using the free will flag to get you to fight them when they just want to give a damn about their cause and their part. It has nothing to do with freedom for you. They're just telling they're using, you got the right to be free. You don't have to listen to them to get you not to listen to them. You have to weigh out, should you listen to them or not. And this imposition, is it necessary, good or bad, for the well-being of all? Should they ban people owning bears? Because there is nothing stopping you right now. A license called an exotic pet license. I've seen people with everything, monkeys, bears, everything. You see them too, alligators and stuff. Be like, hold up, can you really have sharks in a pool? Yes, you can. It was created by some pardoned criminals as thanks for massacring the Native Americans and fighting the British. First massacring the Native Americans, they were pardoned for that. All the rest came from defeating the British and telling them to kiss their ass. They didn't want to go back. And they proceeded to make up rules and laws and ways. And they brought their criminal ways with them. And they're all incorporated into this great land of ours. The particular vampire psychic thing I'm talking about has shown no constructive use, is behind much mischief and destruction and murder. The number one thing it has been used for is murder. It is telekinesis, trained hitmen. Corporations have them, governments have them. Cardiac arrest is the death of choice. To telekinetically stop somebody's heart looks like natural causes. It just died. But it's an ability practiced. See, there's a lot of people who can do things, and then there are professionals, experts, masters. Everybody can do it a little bit. Everybody can probably run a little bit, walk. But there are people who can walk across this nation on foot. So, same way with psychics. The little tricks of telling kinetically, putting pressure on people's kidneys to make them piss on themselves like it's some kind of prank, with your sick sense of humor, which you thought I forgot and got off of. To make them have to urinate on themselves is the same thing aimed at a different part of the body. The same thing that makes these people have this heart attack. It's the same game, people piss tricks. And if it's aimed at your head, it's like an EPM that'll make you forget what the hell you're thinking. All anybody will do is squeeze one little part of your brain. If I could touch your brain with my naked hand, you would go insane. It'd be beyond what you call itch. It would drive you insane. It would kill you. So they have all these powers. Have the power to look you in the eye and then make you do what they want you to do. And you won't even know you did it. They have the power to put events in your head that never happened. They have the power to make you think things that happened never happened. They are the most advanced technology, the most science fiction, the greatest thing of our time. And they're not even being mentioned to you. They made a movie and didn't even make a sequel because it was like, oh no, you can't do this. It was called Push. See, back in the day, they made dozens of these movies. Scanners, fire starter, carry all kinds of stuff. Today, when we got the real ones, you can't be putting it on people's mind because all it takes to activate it is to put it on their mind. Thinking about psychic powers is the exercise for your psychic powers. How easy is that? See how they got scared about a movie? Because all you have to do is keep thinking about psychic powers for them to develop. Matter of fact, all you have to do is think about anything for it to happen. I'm not kidding. I have scientific proof that you could sit in a chair and not do one push-up and become buff from thinking. Become muscle bound without lifting a weight or doing one push-up. How? The opposite of psychosomatic illness. If you think you got hives, they will pop up on you. That's scientific fact. It's the same scientific fact. That if you are freezing and you think fire and warm, it will save your life. You will not be cold. How? Fuck how? You're alive. It works. It's true. I keep avoiding saying real. So, psychic, mental, psychology, somewhere in all of that, I took a pen and went to writing neuro and psychic and all words that meant mental. Drawing lines to them like a detective. You gotta see my work sometime. You think I'm just somebody sitting here talking on a microphone. Most of my life, this technology did not exist. It was the pen and whatever back of paper bag I could find. In the back of a matchbook cover. There's almost no matches anymore. And by the time some hear this, there will be no such thing as a match. They hypnotize people to not. Ooh, suffer? First it was only drug addicts, crack addicts, who couldn't stand the smell of sulfur. How did it get so widespread? Look. Weaponry is being used on you that has no moving parts. No mechanics. It can make you do whatever it wants to do. You don't think that's true? It told you couldn't smoke inside anymore. First here, then here, then here, in some kind of way inside of your head. In your own house where you are free to smoke if you want to, you think you made a conscious decision. Everybody has to smoke outside. You think this was you. But you know it wasn't you. You know why? Because you're still smoking weed in the house, which is smoking, which leaves a greater film than cigarettes, and a greater smell too, and everything. All the excuses you make for not smoking in the house. You're smoking outside because you're hypnotized. And they didn't hypnotize you to smoke marijuana outside. This is the SPS. Remember, it's never too late to change your mind, especially if your mind is the only thing you need to change. It's all mind games. It's the thought that counts, and it's all in your mind. And remember, there is no spoon. Same thing. Last minute program they slip in at the end. The ones